child, still letting your dad tell you what's best for you, still letting your parents treat you like a child. But you over here wanting to do grown ass shit. And you want to be in a grown ass relationship and do grown ass things. But you keep showing up emotionally like a little child. Someone needs to say it. You don't have honest mirrors in your life. And I'm going to be that mirror because I love you. This is real love. Not someone that just sees you being self-destructive and looks the other way. No, I'm going to call you out. Your addictions are why you're not where you want to be. And I'm talking to myself. The fact that you're doing this and always having a date, that's the distraction that's keeping you small. I'll say it. Your distractions are why your addictions and the ways that you cope with your pain are why you're not where you want to be. It's what you're not dealing with. You're still not dealing with the pain. Even though you've left the relationship, even though you've gone no contact, even though you've done these things, when you are in your space, when the uncomfortableness comes up, you go grab a drink. When the uncomfortableness comes up, you grab the substance. When the uncomfortableness gets up, you get on the phone. When the uncomfortableness comes up, you turn on the TV. When the uncomfortableness comes up, you scroll. When the uncomfortableness comes up, you read a book. You don't just sit in the discomfort. You got to sit in it, and you got to navigate your way through it mentally, presently, soberly. It's sober. It's not fun. It's not high vibe. It's not a good time. But it's a part of you that you refuse to acknowledge, which is why you're so depressed. Because this is a part of you too. You are not all just this love and light. You are all... Can I lean on you? Is it reciprocal? What about the days when I'm not feeling high vibe? Can I click onto your live and feel you empowering me? Do you have the words to encourage, to empower me? Have you sat with yourself to the depth where you can actually hold me? Have you? Because you guys know how deep, you guys know how much. Because a lot of you guys are coaches. A lot of you guys are life coaches and intuitive healers. But the reason why you feel like you're an imposter is because you haven't sat to the depths, to the depths, to the depths. So what if you get a client that has something that like you don't know how to deal with? What if you get a client that has something that's like a little too scary? That's why you're like, oh, I don't want to put myself out there because what if I can't really help them? Well, help your fucking self and then you'll have all the information that you need. You are your test subject. You are your biggest client. You are where you're going to get all your information to help other people. Where do you guys think I'm getting all this? You think I didn't go to school for psychiatry? I didn't go to school for counseling. I don't have a degree in none of this. My degree is in criminology. So it dealt a little bit with the mind, but not in depth like this. This is all from experience and because this is my gift. It's my gift to read energy. It's my gift to really be able to understand people on a very deep level and to be able to articulate through words what people are feeling because they haven't done the work to process to articulate it themselves. This is why a lot of you guys say, oh my God, you're speaking to my heart. You're saying exactly what's like on my mind. I didn't even know that this is what I was thinking. It's because I've done the work. I'm already 10 steps ahead of you. This is why my coaching sessions are so easy for me. It is. If you come with honesty and you're not trying to put on in my sessions, I just worked somebody through a whole block through text message yesterday within an hour and a half. Not even seeing him in person. He just gave me where he was at. I helped him work a block and they would literally beat them into silence. Scare them into silence. Yell at them into silence. I can't tell you how many times my dad got into my head and told me that I was selfish for being honest. And so then that really stuck with me. That really stuck with me when he said that shit. I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be selfish. No, it just benefited him for him to manipulate me because he was tired of getting called out and the shame that he felt when his little girl would look at him doing the drugs and doing all the shit. He didn't want to deal with it. So he silenced me with anger and he silenced me with fear and he silenced me with being bigger and louder until finally I was bigger and louder. And unfortunately, it took him being in his sickness for me to finally get a word in. I wish it didn't take him being on his deathbed for me to finally get my truth out. But I did finally get the truth out. And I think that's why I've grieved in the way that I've grieved, because I don't have any regrets. I said everything that I wanted to say. And I also showed up for him the way that I always have, even though He wasn't able to show up for me in the ways that I needed. My mission here was to show my dad unconditional love and break the cycle of always having resentment when people leave this earth, because he had so much resentment when his parents died. And I didn't want to be in my ego anymore. I'm not him. I'm me. And for a while, it really scared me that I was turning into him. I'm not him. He doesn't have half the courage that I have. I love you, Dad, but it's the truth. And you know I'm always going to be the truth, because you're the one that always told me to have my own mind, except when it came to you. My dad always told me, have your own mind. But then whenever I would have my own mind with him, I would get punished. Oh, okay. I get the message now. All right, y'all. I love you. I hope that this helped. Like I said, I got a busy day. I want to get to the gym because your girl's not making excuses. That means I got to stay on my time, get off the clock when it's time to get off the clock so I can stay in my time block. Because in order for me to be successful with my ADHD, I can't just sit here and be in my depression on how hard it is for me to focus. I got to use all the tools, and time blocking and setting my intention the night before really does help me. If you know anything about ADHD, when you have too much time on your hands and too much, it can be to your detriment. We need a routine. I just need a healthier routine. Okay. So you gotta, I'll take you. Yeah, I will. Follow my Instagram. I'm telling you, if you want to see, I post all my gym content. I post little gyms. I used to be a personal trainer. I post different juices that help with inflammation. I post a lot of stuff on my Instagram. So make sure, go right now and follow my Instagram and my YouTube. My podcast is on my YouTube. I have a freaking podcast that tells you how I took the leap of faith, how I quit corporate America in 2018, which I know a lot of you guys are at the brink. You know you got to make this leap, you guys. With what's going on right now, you know you got to get the fuck out of corporate. You're not going to thrive. They're not going to pay you the money that you want to live the life. And if you don't do it, you're going to stay stuck, and you're going to look back and say, I regret that I did not go for my dream and I just fucking played it safe. And I stayed small because I was scared of the unknown. You will regret it. I promise you. You will regret it, because you're worth more and you need to go get that shit. Don't let what's going on fear monger you. You can go get it. Play the fucking game. Play the game. Start investing. Start investing in the stocks and doing the shit, and start saving your money and start doing it. I'm making money doing what I love. Why can't you? I haven't worked in corporate America in 6 years. I haven't missed a meal since. I have not missed a meal yet. I've needed some help and I've had to learn to receive. But this has been the most beautiful journey I've ever been on, even though it's been the most confronting, because I'm doing something for me now. I'm not building someone else's dream who doesn't even give a damn if I can put food on the table or not. Fuck that. And I'm not going to sit here and gossip all day that they should change their structure. It's very clear that the agenda is not for us to thrive, so I'm going to get it my damn self. I'm not going to sit here meeting after meeting, month after month, year after year, complaining that I'm only getting a nickel raise. I'm going to accept that this is the corporate structure, and then I'm going to create my own motherfucking money. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it is, Kayla, unfortunately. Okay? You're not going to tell me how much money I can make. You're not going to tell me how many vacations I can go on. You're not going to tell me when I can be sick. You're not going to tell me which events I can go to with my kids. I'm going to live life on my terms, how I want to, when I want to. Because that's what being sovereign is. This American dream that they're trying to sell you is a bullshit. It's American slavery. Got us over here choosing between gas and groceries while they're choosing between a jet and a yacht. Fuck out of here. All right? Okay, I had to say that real quick. Okay, because y'all need to get the fire burning. Nothing is going to change for you. No one's coming to save you. You got to start looking in and focus and remember who the fuck you are. Because you used to get shit done when you were younger. You used to be so creative. You used to be all up in it. And I need you to find that, because that's your bread and butter. Stop going to jobs that you don't give a damn about. It's not about the job. It's not about the money. It's about your interest. It's about fulfillment. It's more than the money. Stop sacrificing your happiness and your integrity for money. You don't have to. I'm making money and I'm also in my truth. I'm making money and I'm doing what I love. I'm making money and I'm not selling my soul. You can do that too. You just have to be brave enough and believe in yourself. That's the only block. You don't believe in yourself. That is the block. Period. You believe in everybody else but you. And that's the problem. And that's why you're not going where you want to go. Okay, now I'm really going. All right, I love y'all. Make sure you get the book. We're starting the book club maybe at the end of March, if not April. I need some time to figure out the day, but it's going to be a reoccurring meeting. I think it'll be a small, like $15, because I have to charge something for my time in order for me to continue showing up and feel like it. I've realized if I do these lives and I do a lot of free stuff, but in order for me to actually feel it and feel good and want to take the time, I have to charge a little bit for my services, even if it's just a little bit for certain things, like, because the energetic exchange, this is energy, this is time, me sitting here writing, doing all these things. I have to be compensated. It's the energetic universal law. So those of you that think, oh, I'm not deserving and I should do this for free, nah, you got poverty wounds, and you're not going to be able to create the abundance with that fucking mindset. You are deserving of living the life that you desire. It's your birthright, babe. Stop letting people make you feel bad because you want to desire certain things. What the fuck? It's my human experience. Just because you don't want that don't mean I don't. What the hell? If I want to live off in South America in a beautiful house with all the things, because I do, I'm going to have a house and it's going to be a whole property with a whole fucking 3 acres and a farm. I'm going to have it all. I'm going to have it all because I deserve it and I want it. Period. It's my birthright. This is my human experience, and I'm not coming back to this bitch. So I want to create all the tangible things that I've always wanted to feel, because my soul is not coming back to earth. I'll tell you that. As soon as they call me again, hey, Kristen, can you go back? Nope. Hey, Kristen, can you go? Nope. I'll go to Venus. I'll go somewhere else, bitch, but I'm definitely not going to earth. So don't be sending me over here. What's up with Mars? No. I'm not going to Mars either, because they already going on that bitch, Elon. So I'm not going to Mars either. Earth and Mars, don't ask me. Jupiter, bitch. Let me go, because I'm a Sagittarius. So send me to Jupiter. Okay? Because it's too much over here. People are hard-headed and just greedy and insecure as fuck. Earth is insecure. Earth is insecure as fuck, bitch. Okay? All right. Anyway, love y'all. I'm glad that you guys are here too. Bye, Cynthia. Bye, Ginger. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Be on the lookout. Make sure that you are following my Instagram. Make sure you're following my YouTube. Please watch the podcast. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. It's on the visual versions on my YouTube. I have so many episodes about my anxious attachment, going no contact with my narcissistic father, forgiving my narcissistic father, how I took the leap of faith. All that information's there. I also have a second season on how I started healing my sexual trauma. So many uncomfortable truths that I know a lot of you guys will resonate with your sexual trauma, that I speak out openly, because the truth will set you free. Like looking at certain addictions, certain movies, adult movies that we watch, certain things that we look up. I'm talking to some of you guys specifically. There's certain things that you would never want anybody to know in your search history. You have a lot of shame around some things that you search, and some of it is because of the trauma. I'll give you an example before I leave, because I want you to know how real this podcast is. How come I was looking up old man, young girl? I would look up stuff, old man, young girl, and it would give me a very strong response. I felt a lot of shame around that. Why am I looking up this is a crime? Well, I was a victim of an old man being a young girl. So it makes sense. That was my first experience. I'm not going to carry shame for someone violating me anymore. I'm not going to carry shame for that anymore. So I'm going to speak about it honestly, because the reason why I was looking up that type of stuff is because it was a reflection of what I went through. It was my trauma. So I'm not going to feel ashamed that someone took advantage of me when I was a little girl, and then it caused me to look up these certain things. That's how real the podcast is. So go check it out if sexual trauma is something that you're ready to heal. Because I'm telling you, if you have a lot of suppressed sexual trauma, your relationships are going to stay unhealthy until you start to address this. This is a huge part of why your relationships are not healthy. All right? I love you. If this resonates, book a coaching call, book a reading with me. My next group container won't be until August. I only do them twice a year. Emerge, it's a shadow work container that is so potent. I love it. It's such a powerful container, but I only offer that twice a year. But in between, I do offer 5-week mentorships right now. You can pay for 4 weeks and you get the 5th week for free. So you get me for 5 weeks. We can set it up weekly or bi-weekly, whatever's best for you, and then we can get to it. I'm telling you, in 5 weeks, we can do a huge transformation in 5 weeks. It's just how honest you are and how receptive you are with me helping you get to these blocks. And then if you're actually willing to do the actionable steps. And for me, my homework is going to be some journal prompts. You're going to answer some questions, but a lot of my homework for the people who are ready to work with me, it's have the conversation with mom. You've never set a boundary with mom. There's no more journal prompts that we can do to get to the point that you need to just actually set the boundary, babe. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many fucking journal prompts. There's only so many exercises. At some point, you have to take action. And that's what a lot of therapists don't pressure you to do, I guess. But if you hire me as a coach, what else are we talking about? I'm not going to sit here and talk about how you need to set a boundary with mom for 5 weeks. No, the homework is to have the conversation with mom. I'm going to make you uncomfortable because that's the only way that you're going to grow. So I'll see you in 2 weeks and let me know how the conversation with mom goes. And then we'll go from there and see how you feel after you finally integrate this. And talk to me. I sweat so much. My voice got really shaky. I started to cry, but I did it. And I felt so good afterwards. Would you look at that? So now you're sending a new message that it's not scary to have confrontation. It's actually empowering. You see the message that you're creating? Wow, it actually feels good. That's a new neural pathway that you're creating now. That's a new truth that you're replacing with a lie. You see? Because you had it in your head that all confrontation was scary. Now that you just did it, you just proved that there is no absolutes. That was not true. Confrontation can actually feel empowering. You see? Gosh, I love this shit. God, I could talk about this shit all day. I'm so glad that this is my special interest, as being on the spectrum, having your special interest also be your job. Bravo, Spirit. Bravo. Okay? All right, go to the gym. Yes, Kate, thank you. All right, I got to go. If you want to hear me keep talking, listen to the podcast, okay? What's the first step to starting your book? What was your first step in starting my book? I just got tired of my own bullshit. It was more of being uncomfortable financially and knowing that I needed to create passive income, but I was so scared. So finally, I got so uncomfortable and my bills were stacking up so much that Spirit finally said, do it. You have the tools to create abundance and you're not using them. You have the tools to create abundance and you're not using them. I don't know what to tell you. God gave us free will for a reason. That's why not everybody steps into their highest potential, babe. Because we have free will. So even though you think that this is happening to you, it's actually happening for you. And even though you're not making decisions, you are making a decision. No decision is a decision. You're making a decision to just contemplate your life instead of actually living it. That's the decision that you're making. You're making a decision to just think about your life instead of actually being present. So that means that you're always in the future. You're never really here. You're never really here. Whether you're escaping at the bar, escaping through empty ass sex, or always daydreaming of being somewhere else, you're never here, which means you're never going to be able to create anything. All right, that's all. I love y'all, and I will see you possibly tomorrow. I'm on a roll. This has been day 3. I like it. All right, bye. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on the